There we go. There we go.
Woo! Woo!
Oh, I've been so excited for this.
Us too. Thank you for having us, Alex. Are we officially live?
We're live.
Sup, people?
Hello, everybody. I know Chance came in a little while ago. Ralph09. Sending mixed feelings from Pennsylvania.
Sending mixed feelings from Pennsylvania.
But happy Monday. It's Monday.
God,
but it's happy Monday.
Yeah, hey. It's not a full week.
That's right.
true.
Monday on a not full week, a holiday week.
We got Thanksgiving.
Okay.
This is a giving and a thankful week.
Yeah.
That's true. I completely forgot about Thanksgiving until this week. I'm like, oh yeah, Thanksgiving's happening.
Yep. What are your plans for this week for Thanksgiving?
Ooh, okay. In terms of actually doing things, pretty much nothing other than Thanksgiving. I'm gonna go eat with the family.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm pretty much going to finish the book I'm reading right now, then start Pretty to Street Station.
What is the book you're reading now?
I'm reading Ships of Marior by Janny Wirtz.
Have you ever? I don't think I've heard of that.
Really?
I don't think so. No.
Oh, Janny Wirtz is okay. I'm gonna pitch Janny Wirtz to you. So
actually, I'll start this I'll stop what I'm reading now, which is Lonesome Dove. I'll just
enough.
No, don't you dare.
Listen to me, Austin.
Pitch it to us. We're ready. Yeah.
So it starts with Curse of the Mistwraith by Janny Wirtz. Her prose is just, I swear there is a god of English, and it is Janny Wirtz.
If you were to compare her prose to someone else's, what would you come close to?
Oh, crap. Hold on.
Of course, it's not the same, but like, if you can give me a vibe, you know how like Sanderson has a certain vibe versus a Tad Williams or a Patrick Ruffus.
Tolkien.
Oh, Tolkien. Okay.
High praise.
All right.
No, I love her prose. Wow. And it has this way of, when you start it, it makes you think so much. It has this super deep lore of these two brothers, and they are, one's the bastard son, one is the he's the guy who got me into it. Philip Chase is a huge Janny Wirtz fan.
We trust that man. He's an artist.
He's a smarter individual than most of us, and so we take his opinion as
exactly. He's smarter than me. But
Janny Wirtz is the author's name.
Janny Wirtz.
Janny Wirtz. Okay.
Oh, you can start with To Ride Hell's Chasm. That's a standalone, which is really good. It dives into themes of loyalty, and I'm going all over the place.
And that's what we do here. We infect people.
Exactly.
Alex, can we pitch something to you? Actually,
go ahead.
So Rich loves this idea. He actually called it very corny. I think he's just jealous I came up with the idea. It's we have a thing like this where we talk to you and we have a battle and we call it "Are You Ready to Ramble?" Then we have the song go off, dun, 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 and then we have just a whole.
We talked about this.
Yeah.
I thought it was supposed to stay in the idea room, not the public room.
Too bad, Richard. He's dragging it out over here. I get the debut.
I figured because then it could be a pitch off. Like you have to pitch Janny Wirtz novels, somebody else has to pitch something. And then the idea is one booktuber pitches it, other booktuber pitches, and the audience has a vote on who pitched the book better.
I love that. That's
okay.
Awesome.
Thanks, Alex. Thanks.
Do we each get one?
Something like, are we doing it right now?
Why not? Are you not ready?
I'm ready to rumble.
Yeah.
Ramble. Yeah.
I'm ready to ramble.
Ready to ramble. So are we doing the same book or are we doing different books?
No. I didn't want to intrude your live. I was just saying no. This
probably had plans.
This was an idea. I was let me be selfish and say what I want to do on your channel. Like, what do you want to do?
Who the hell has plans? Who has the time to plan things out?
That's the fun thing. Austin here likes to plan things out, and it never goes to plan.
No,
all of them.
But that's the fun part about a plan. It never goes to plan.
How many of your notes actually get used in videos?
5%. 5%.
I'm not gonna lie. I do the same thing. So I will create a whole articulate TBR for the next like 4 or 5 months out the window as soon as I pick up my next book.
Yep.
That has happened to me. So,
oh yeah,
Sun Eater for me threw off my entire TBR.
Sun Eater's so good.
Yeah. And finally,
I'm giving blank expression because we're reviewing Howling Dark tomorrow, so I can't talk about it.
Oh,
tomorrow, Rich and I will talk about it, and it'll be delightful or not. We'll see.
Too bad you already spoiled it.
I already know.
But Sun Eater's up there with one of my favorites. It's the only time, or actually not the only time. It's one of the 2 times I've ever cried at any piece of media.
Wow. What was the other?
Robin Hobb. Sorry, what did you say?
Book 2 of Sun Eater. Book 3.
Like the next book of Sun Eater.
Actually, it was the next book. Actually, no, I cried at Fourth Wing.
From what?
Cried with pain? What made you cry?
What? Actually, you can't just give us that segue. What is that?
Explain yourself.
I cried to Robin Hobb.
Oh, okay.
We still got to get on that train.
You do. I've read a bit of Robin Hobb, but I got a spoiler and then I stopped because it just didn't make me want to
soured
continue.
It.
Yeah, I was like, oh well, I know this big spoiler. Why do I read the next book? I'll read something else in between, and then I just never got back to it. So I probably do need to get back to it because Robin Hobb is an amazing writer. Like in terms of prose, period, like definitely top 5 of alive authors.
Dang.
I love her. She is her Realm of the Otherlings is my favorite series of all time, period. No doubt about it.
You and our patrons.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. A lot of them love Realm of the Elderlings, and then we're just not reading it. And so they're just continuing their book club read through.
Book what?
I don't know. They're just doing it without us.
Yeah. They love it.
They're doing it to spite you.
Yes.
Oh yeah. That's everything.
But Alex, did you have a format for this? Did you want to ramble? We came in here guns blazing. So what?
I really just ramble. I love chatting with you guys and other people. It's so much fun, just to talk about books. And
I saw Emiliano caught alive for the first time. Is that one of your watchers?
No.
Emiliano, let's go. Finally made a live stream.
I thought he was one of your live streams.
Could be. We just posted everything right before this started, so people might start trickling in. We got it going, but that might be the case because our live streams are usually earlier when we host them on ours, 4 o'clock or so. This could be more Pacific friendly, maybe because it's what 6. Oh no, it's not Pacific friendly. What time zone are you? Where are you from?
I'm in EST.
Yeah, us too. Okay, so we're all set.
I don't know why, but today I was like, I think I have something to do at 4 o'clock, so I'll probably be available at 6. And then I realized, no, I don't.
But well, hey, we were busy up until the actual last second to hop on.
Yep.
Quite literally put up all of our lights and our camera setup. We had to rebuild the lights and camera 15 minutes before the live stream.
I love how you guys have such an elaborate setup, and then here I am. I have my nightstand, a stack of books, my camera. Right behind it is a giant light that I just stacked up top of my nightstand, and then in front of it is my laptop.
And we look just about the same. We spend money like it's not.
We're very inefficient.
Yeah, we don't need to do all the stuff we're doing. It's one of the funny things of seeing a tech YouTuber that does like heavy duty, very nice camera work and spends like their channel is mostly reviewing different camera products. They have great shots.
Yeah,
it's impressive to see their stuff. And then seeing they have similar tech to us, and I'm going, man, we don't use what these things are supposed to be used for. I use it for like
embarrassing.
Clearly, since you have 100 gigabytes per video.
Oh, did you heard about that? How'd you know?
Yeah, how'd you find out?
Did we talk about?
We're talking about it.
Oh, okay.
It used to be 300 to 400 per video.
That thing is the Ninja 5, which is about like $400-$500, and it's like for for serious filmmakers, it's actually very important, like, to be able to get a great monitor with an external recorder to like film really high definition 4K raw footage. It's impressive technology. We use it because our camera's SD card dies trying to record 4K for 20 minutes. And so we bought that.
Yeah.
Why don't we use OBS? We hate OBS. OBS is the bane of our existence. So we paid $500 to stop using OBS.
I can't even be mad because that is my rationale when I hate something. I will do everything possible to avoid it. I think so. Do you know quadratics?
Quadratic.
No, what's that?
It's a math equation.
The quadratic formula.
Okay, I thought this was like some book.
No. So if you split the middle term, I think it took me 3 years to learn that, and a friend had to just sit me down and say, "What are you doing? Why are you guessing and checking? You're a junior."
Are you currently in college?
No, I'm in high school.
Oh my goodness! Wow, and you've got a BookTube channel and everything.
That is also a great bookshelf behind you.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
That's nice and full.
Oh wait, because you can't see the higher bits. Yeah.
No, but we could see important ones. Still.
Same here. There's a shelf above this one, and it's all empty. So
exactly, because I'm like,
the camera shot
forced perspective right there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All the stuff in camera shot, fairly organized, looks kind of some kind of semblance of order. All the bookshelves to left and right is chaos.
Do you think we should flip like real time on your side though, and start to make it make more sense?
I mean, probably. That's
work effort.
What I need to do is reorganize the entire library, and that does not sound fun.
Oh God, yeah. Have you guys read
Blood and Fire?
No. Oh. So one of our patrons then become in real life friends. Coop. He has been recommending and trying to get me to read of Blood and Fire for so long now, and I will get to it fairly soon. I'm going to try and fit it in within the next couple months.
Oh, I will, buddy, read that. Obviously. Because let me catch up on some big ones, and then I'll read that with you. Okay. That'd be good. Because it's his favorite book.
Yeah.
Ever. So that's important. Yeah.
How would you pitch the book, Alex?
How would I pitch the book? Okay. I think, this might turn off Austin, but it'll bring Richard in.
Well done.
You said it for me. So it's like, I don't want to say, it's like, I kind of want to say Dragon Rider Wheel of Time.
Those are both things that Austin does not have great experience with.
Really?
True.
Is Fourth Wing just something you hate?
I actually don't hate it. No.
I strongly disliked it.
Yeah.
I liked ACOTAR more than I liked Fourth Wing.
I think I like Fourth Wing more than ACOTAR personally. Yeah.
I loved hating Fourth Wing. It was so terrible, and I just loved sitting down and telling everybody who loved it all the terrible things and saying, I love it. All the terrible things here, and I hated all these aspects, but I think they're fun to talk about.
So you mentioned earlier that you have that reaction when you hate things. Are there things in the books or book community that you just hate that gets your gears turning or grind your gears?
Book or books? Unnecessary romances. That one,
that'll get you.
That's why I don't like. Oh, I'm gonna tick all of you off, aren't I? That's why I don't like This Is How You Lose the Time War.
Oh, that seems like a very necessary romance to me. It seems like the whole book's about it, though.
Sorry, I said romance. I meant to say world building.
Very different things. Very
You're
different
right. You're right.
So you meant unnecessary. You meant unnecessary world building.
I was trying to say both of them, but you know what? I'm a
okay.
Okay,
those are very separate.
Okay.
Okay.
They're very separate, but you know what? I'm a mess today. Can you cut me some slack?
No, but anyways,
no, you can't.
I'm messing with you.
You're on strike 2, bud.
But you were going off that. What were you saying on that? You were going to make a point about that.
I think I was.
I thought you were going to say about the world building of Time War. You're going to say it's not as like you can understand that.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, I can understand the idea of not liking too much world building. Like, I can think of examples of books where maybe the world building isn't the focus, but they keep going into it and you don't particularly care. So for me, I didn't like Tad Williams' series of Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn.
Really?
And to me, and to be fair, I could have been in the wrong space while I was reading it. I liked the first book, hated the second book, and was bored by the third. And a lot of it was because I felt I had unnecessary world building. Hey, John.
John, what's up?
He's on the
what's
bike.
Up, John? Or is it Jacob?
Wait,
or Jacob.
That's impressive.
What's up, John? Oh, we saw John was on your channel, and we are like, oh, that is cool. So Talking Story, John and Jacob a bit, right?
Oh yeah, they're awesome.
They're awesome.
Very kind people.
Yes.
So
Alex, are you going to be at Dragonsteel 2? Possibly, perchance? No? That looks
I
like
wish. It's just it's too much is going on at that time.
Yeah.
Jacob does not exercise.
I hope he sees that.
We'll tack that on to his requirements for he has to do our thumbnails and also
on a bike
run for 1 mile every
he has to
every
run
thumbnail.
for 1 mile while making your thumbnails.
Yes.
But are you bummed you're not going because you're a big Stormlight fan, I imagine?
Oh, Stormlight's my favorite. I love Stormlight so much.
Well, that implies what's your first then?
Robin Hood.
Oh, yes, you said it before. Yeah. Yes. I am also so excited now for Stormlight 5, especially so I'm about over halfway through Bands of Mourning, which is the 3rd book in Mistborn Era 2, which, by the way, everyone that I've talked to talks about Era 2 of Mistborn and kind of dismisses it. It's it's not as good as Era 1, or you can skip it. I'm having a blast. And also just the amount of Cosmere level stuff that is fit into there and gets my brain working on, what are the possibilities going forward in the Cosmere?
There was a lot up until Bands of Mourning.
What?
I honestly don't remember the Cosmere tie-ins from Alloy of Law, Shadows of Self, and Bands of Mourning.
Oh, okay. I'm piecing together just little tidbits. So, for example, the Khandra. If people know what they are, the Khandra actually show up a lot. Oh, well, good. We're gonna bully Jacob just a little bit. It's for his own good.
Let him off the hook. It makes you healthy.
Yeah. But no, so in the secret projects, the Khandra actually are there as well.
Yeah, I
know. You could see them in some characters. Then the amount of how does Allomancy work, and then I'm now piecing up, that's how things work in other Cosmere stories.
Oh, okay.
It goes beyond a lot. And so then we just recently read Secret History.
Yes.
And that opened up a lot of doors. I just got to a huge part in Bands of Mourning, which I'm going oh Lord. I see where things are going to go.
Is that the 3rd one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and there's 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
4th one is a lot more, but no, just I've been more and more fascinated now with the Khandra because they play a much bigger role in Era 2, and they're also more common in the secret projects.
Nice.
And it's fun. It's a lot of fun to see them pop up.
That's encouraging because people keep telling me Era 2 is not as good as Era 1.
Nah.
Same
honestly
quality?
It's about the same quality. I like the jokes and humor, so it's just a blast for me. I'm really enjoying the characters. I'll be honest, thinking about it, breaking it down, is Ellen a much better, is Ellen and Vin, are there any comparable characters in Era 2?
Comparables and replace them with
yeah,
that?
Do I like some of the characters in Era 2 as much? Maybe no.
Okay.
But Breeze, a bunch of the other side characters, I don't care nearly as much. Versus Era 2, I love them all. I love all the core group, the characters you spend time with. I love them all pretty equally, and it's so much fun. So I'm never at a lull moment with them.
Good. Okay.
Yeah,
very good.
I'm having a great time with them. Alex, have you read Era 2 yet?
Yeah, I've read all the Cosmere.
Oh, you're all caught up. Have you also
yeah,
caught up to Secret Projects as well?
So I caught up. What was it? Around January of that year. That was what 2023. Hold on.
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
It's when Crest of the Emerald Sea came out.
It was January. It had to be 2023, right?
Okay, right before that was Lost Metal, because Lost Metal is fairly recent, right? I think it dropped just before Tress.
Yes, yeah, I think you're right. I remember I read Way of Kings back in September of 22, and then after that I was like, holy shit, I love this. Binge read the rest of the series, then read the rest of the Cosmere after December.
Damn,
very nice.
That's a
wow.
Rush. Wow. Now, what do you think about the reading order? What is the correct reading order for the Cosmere?
So, if you ask me, you probably want to start with Mistborn, just because I think that going from Way of Kings to Mistborn made it so that when I read Mistborn, I'm like, this is all right.
That's what happened with me. Is what I was surprised because I didn't go mad. It was all right. I still really enjoyed it. It doesn't stack up to Stormlight, correct? Yeah. So that because Stormlight's his best work. I think most people would agree.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
I would actually say there's my reading order, the Cosmere now that I'm standing firmer behind is start with Stormlight, books 1, 2, then Edge Dancer, or Edge Dancer, Warbreaker, then book 3, Oathbringer, then stop. Read Mistborn, Era 1, and Secret History.
Oh yeah, that's fair. That's a good point.
Book 4. Then book 4 of Stormlight, then continue on to Era 2. So I think
that's a bunch of hogwash.
Fitting in Mistborn between book 3 and 4 of Stormlight, I think, are very important for the sole purpose of getting Secret History
details.
Secret History too.
Yeah,
I think
you're not going to catch it.
It makes the Cosmere stuff way more fun.
Oh yeah. That's why I kind of wanted to reread it, but then I got caught up on Janny Wirtz, and her prose is so like I have to focus. I have no choice.
It's not one of those ones you can audiobook at all.
You could, but there's no audiobook for the second and for most of the series.
Okay,
interesting. Huh.
First book has an audiobook. Last 2 books have an audiobook.
Is the individual an indie author that hasn't gone around to, or
she actually no? So do you know Raymond D. Feist?
Yeah.
Do you know the Daughter of the Empire trilogy?
Vaguely, haven't read it, but I know it.
So she co-wrote that trilogy with Raymond D. Feist, and she published Curse of Mistwraith back in the not 80s, 90s. I think it was like 94, and she's been publishing the series ever since. And it has been, I think she just ended it this year. Yeah, this year. And I think it just wasn't. Sorry. They didn't do audiobooks for this series at the time. And then I think later on, she finally got back into the series because I think one of her publishers fell apart. And then she had to get a new deal and a whole mess of stuff. You can watch John's interview with her. I remember it was so good. And then she actually started getting audiobooks.
Wow. So it looks like are you one of those people that prefers physically reading over an audiobook strongly, or it doesn't really matter to you, give or take?
Could you repeat that? You cut out.
Sorry. What was that? Was that Rich screwing with it?
I didn't.
I thought you were like,
how could you do this? Unbelievable!
It's not beneath you. Like, Austin's talking. Click.
I do need a nice little button.
I'm so sorry to avoid my question to you, but that would be kind of fun if we had like a little board where we got to do sound effects.
I technically have the thing for that, but that requires
OBS.
Partly.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I mean, could I? Okay, hypothetically, I think that is feasible. That would require tinkering.
Okay.
Of like pumping that audio into, because this has its own soundboard. Like our audio interface has a soundboard.
Yep.
I could bypass it by doing another audio input and figure it out. But
it almost sounds
would
worth
it would it be worth it
Almost.
for the fart jokes?
Well, that's
It's a lot of effort for fart
what
jokes.
sound effects would, like, Alex, what sound effects would you use on a video? Like, how are your style of videos normally? Is it just talking to a camera?
I talk to a camera. I ramble at a camera.
You read a book, finish it, and you just want to talk, or do you have kind of concepts of ideas? Like, what do? You have ideas go in mind, and like, okay, I'm going to kind of talk about this, and then go from there.
So specifically, what I like to do is I like to say there's a particular aspect of this book. I want to take it apart. I want to analyze the book for that, a theme or the style. Like I read The Grace of Kings recently, and I'm like, holy shit, that style is so specialized to him, this mix of summary and in the moment scenes.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to talk about that in a video. And that's mostly what I'll do. Every once in a while, I'll make a review. But for the most part, I've started leaning towards I like analyzing books more than reviewing them.
Got it. So it's not like, hey, I'm judging this. This is my star rating, but you go, how was this done? How did the pros, kind of looking at it for more how did they make this?
Yeah, a little bit. Or more, I like
Okay.
to give my perception of themes, especially. That's one of my favorite things to do. To say,
Oh, cool.
There is a theme that I think is here, and I will take it across the entire thing.
That's a good. Yeah, that's one of the
Focused.
Yes. That's in our thought-provoking section. What we attempt to do each time on that is finding a key theme or two that cover the whole book. It also helps when you look back at a book of, okay, then you understand why the author made all the decisions they did.
Exactly.
Go, because it was under that theme, of course. So that's I think the maybe most important thing with a book. But then again, there's some of yours that are just there for fun. So
yeah.
I mean, Dungeon Crawler Carl eventually has themes messages,
exist,
but
yes.
I would say the first one, it's more fun. It's about the fun nature of it.
He figured out, he went, okay, I'm gonna have a lot of books here. I need a point, and he made a great point. Buy book 2. He figured it out quick.
Yeah, I typically tend to hone in on themes just because I love to look into books to see and better understand our world. Especially with Robin Hobb. That's why I love her so much. So many things you can take from the way she shows the world. It's so good.
I've heard that. So the people that don't like Robin Hobb say it's egregiously slow. Would you say that's a valid criticism, or it's just not for them?
I think it's just not for them, because here's the thing. It is slow because it takes those small moments and really, because really it is the small moments that make us, or at least I believe that. And the more small moments, those day-to-day things that we have in our lives, and it builds and builds and builds and forms us into who we are. And I think that's really what she likes to take a piece of and say, this is there. That's what I think.
Now, if you're looking for a book with great themes that you can pull into your own life about, the human condition, highly recommend, Alex, that you take a look at Lonesome Dove.
I want to. So actually, here's a funny thing. My history teacher the other day, he started talking about a Lonesome Dove TV show. I'm like, no, shut up. Because I'm sitting there going, I want to read that book. Don't you dare spoil it for me.
I think I'm gonna reread it. I think that's gonna be my next book, because you're right now.
Now it's so good already. Yeah, it's like,
okay.
I'm 3 chapters in,
and you're like, the first chapter.
Chapter, I'm like, well, because all these characters are already developed. I was like, well, I don't need to read anymore to understand who they are. It was so weird. But
Larry McMurtry
love that sort of storytelling.
He is a master at character description and like development. Literally the first chapter, but have you gotten to the sign scene? Or
no.
I'll skip. But
I did, Sam. I did.
Oh, Sam, get out of here.
Samwise.
Come on now.
Ugh, terrible.
He made a competing channel. We're not friends with him anymore.
Yeah.
And especially because there's some good videos out there. I don't like that.
Yeah, no, it's terrible. You shouldn't go to Samwise's YouTube channel.
It's called Samwise. Don't go to it.
Oh God. I mean, it's
screwed it up, Richard.
He's, he's making better stuff than us, and that's why we're not friends anymore.
Amazing videos, especially with those. What was it? God damn it! It's
Book of the New Sun. He talks about.
Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, I saw it in your eyes. Yep. Also because Sam hounds me about it. he's like Book of the New Sun, and Sam will get to it eventually. There's so much. What did he say there?
We'll start a competing Patreon. Oh God.
I
mean, our patrons already have their own competing Discord.
Yep. All little factions, just. But yes, Lonesome Dove already.
Perfect characterization of not giving you perfect characters and not giving you everything about them, but they are very unique individuals, irreplaceable characters. They're not just archetypes. I think it's fairly easy to create a character and they're an archetype, and then you develop them later to have them have their unique quirks, as things go on.
Mm-hmm.
Larry McMurtry is able to give you a unique character right at the beginning with a voice that is unique to their own, give you some mystery. But honestly, it's just so good. It's really hard to describe. There's a particular scene in it where the character.
Let me read it.
Oh,
let me just. You can't do this to me.
It's not a spoiler.
I don't care.
It's not fine.
I don't like it. It's like I'm closing my ears like his history teacher talking about Lonesome Dove. You're gonna do the same thing his teacher was doing.
By the way, that means 78. Austin is 78 confirmed.
What'd you say?
Austin, you are 78 now. Congrats.
78? What does that mean?
That's how old the history teacher is.
Oh. Do you find it so? You have assigned reading still, and some I'm sure over the summer. How's that work right now? Do you have assigned books that kind of cut into your TBR? Because that's
they do.
Yeah. How is that experience?
What are they? What are they assigning nowadays?
Yeah. What is it with you youngins?
So, I started off the year with Great Gatsby.
Okay.
It was all right. Now we're reading Scarlet Letter.
Oh, yep.
And
so that's the same so far.
It's a good enough book, yeah.
We will be reading, and I'm super excited for this because he's been on my TBR for a while. Slaughterhouse 5.
Okay. Yeah.
Which what else was it? Was In the Eyes of God is another one. We're reading a bunch of American classics, and I'm bored out of my mind about it.
Did you find did one stick out to you? Went, oh, it was assigned to you, and you went, yeah, that's a great book.
Has that happened? No, like after I read it or before?
It was assigned to you, so it was your first time reading it, and you ended up loving it.
In 7th grade, I read The Princess Bride.
Oh, okay. That'll do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's so good.
For me, the one book that really did that was Ender's Game. It was assigned reading, and
I have actually that was assigned reading once.
Yeah.
For me.
That was probably the book that got me to fall in love with sci-fi.
Yeah, I mean, that twist. Oh,
one of the best twist endings that you can possibly have.
Yeah.
And I just love his writing.
Yeah.
Especially on how it's pretty basic stuff on a character thinking a few steps ahead of, and then how analytical Ender's mind can be and how that takes him further and further away from people.
Yeah.
Of having a human connection because he's thinking so far ahead, and he's treating people more like a computer does instead of a person. Anyway, it's still a great novel.
Yeah, I remember quite liking it. I think I was in the middle of a trip to see family, and I was reading that book, and I was going, this is fun. I want to go read my book now. I don't even remember what I was reading at the time. Yeah, I've never. Michael Christian. Have you guys heard of him? I don't remember.
I have heard of him, but I haven't read him yet.
I don't remember. Do you know any of his books? I don't. No, I'm just curious.
No, I've heard some good
Not
things
familiar.
though.
Yeah, not
I've heard
familiar.
good things too. It's just like I don't remember what his books are. Oh, now that I think about it, I wanted to ask you too.
Mhm.
When you read a book, do you have like a moving picture in your head? Do you have a movie going on in your head? Or is it you're just looking at the words and imagining what and thinking they do this?
Oh, so do we have more of an active reading, like a picturesque memory,
Yeah.
or
Well,
words?
not picturesque memory. When you read, do you imagine the scene as characters are doing stuff? Do you imagine uh somebody throwing a punch? Do you imagine a scene like if a giant description of a giant ass tree is given to you, and or can you see the tree in your head even without a movie or anything like that?
The slower scenes, yes. Faster scenes, no. I generally don't. So if the book slows down enough to give a very nice description, I can see it. But very high paced action, typically it's hard for me to see it exactly. I can see the movement as it goes on, but I can't connect it to the rest of the scene. It's normally a bit too fast.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. For me, I normally can picture things that are emphasized. These usually a bunch of descriptions thrown out, but the atmosphere or I'll kind of put all the fancier words and make a reduction thing in my head to make it make more sense as I'm thinking. If like a big thing's described, you're going to a new planet, I'll remember a distinguishing feature from it and always think, where are they relative to that?
Well, it's why I like books when it gives you nuggets of a location through the dialogue, and so I get to. It gives me time to piece it together. I just got to a scene from the book, and I'm not really giving anything away, but they climb up a ladder to go to this room that's in the ceiling. And I'm going, okay, I picture that. Like they're in a hallway, they climb into a hole in the ceiling, and then hole breaks away and like the room comes apart and it's this other thing. But as the pieces are described, I can picture the scene by the end of the chapter, kind of thing.
Puts it together.
Instead of just like dumping something really quick, hey, here's this thing, and now we move on, we get to stay with it. And I get to piece it like a puzzle.
Yes. What about you, Alex?
I can't imagine things. I can imagine, like, I guess sometimes I can imagine the idea of a punch and its impact, or I can imagine a serene scene that has been very meticulously described to me. Other than that, I can't. I'm pretty much the same as Sam. I can process the facts, but I can't picture it. And I thought this was very interesting, so I tried to ask as many people about it as possible. Apparently, there is a word for this. This is synesthesia.
Yep.
And I think it was like you can hear colors or smell colors, something like that. I'm like, huh, that's weird as hell. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, there's some weird how people picture different memories and how people process things is strange. I've heard things of they can hear colors of when they hear something, it visually of a color, vice versa. I mean, I think a lot of it comes down to how you process memories. So in a very similar way of when you taste something, you can smell something too. So often if there is a taste that reminds you of a certain memory, imagine you have a very specific beverage on a beach that you went with your family, and that you take a sip of this drink and for some reason you smell the sea. Like it's a more of a memory that is like those synapses are actually connected. And so that's how it remembers. So I imagine in some similar way, when you hear a color, it's very similar. Those synapses are connected in your brain.
It's so
where you can create those connections yourself, but I guess the brain sometimes has them already preformed in some way.
Brain is an odd thing.
Oh,
false memories too.
Weird meat puppets. We are.
All sorts
We're
of
the
those.
greatest meat puppets of history.
You're
Write our names down.
That's right. Way big aside. I was Wikipediaing this. I don't know why I was Wikipediaing this. I was looking at the oldest cave paintings just in human history. And can you guys guess how old they are? Just a fun fact. The oldest cave paintings around.
5 million years.
Probably sooner than that one. Oh,
that I'll say that's a little off.
Damn it.
a wee bit off.
Well, because
What's your
the
guess?
reason I say that was because I
Yes.
remember we recently got a Neanderthal DNA or something like that that traced back to millions of years ago. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try.
Millions,
and go with
really?
that.
I don't think
Yeah, so-
Neanderthals are millions of years old.
I think it's only hundreds of thousands.
Well, I think there was some evidence that said so,
Really?
and that's why I'm bringing it up. But
Oh,
I could
well-
be so dead wrong.
Because I think it would be because it would have been a different pre-hominoid or whatever you'd consider us would have been. But the answer was 60,000 years old. And the reason it was interesting because it wasn't even drawn by Homo sapiens. It was drawn because Homo sapiens didn't make it to Europe 60,000 years ago, and they found it in Spain. So the not humans, the humanoids or whatever subspecies you call it,
Like
was
Homo habilis or something.
Yeah, it was either Neanderthals, so Homo neanderthalis, or it was one of those other ones, not Erectus, but one of the other Homo something. But I was like, wow, we didn't even get the first drawings as a subspecies here, and I was a little jealous. So I was just, I don't know. But then we obviously
we took over.
We took over.
Took
The
over
Neanderthals were nothing to us. I mean, we wrecked them. You know. Actually, I think the coolest thing about sometimes with fantasy and kind of look into books to get inspiration, like you can look and there's actual quote unquote hobbit type creatures or hobbit type homonyms that were in Indonesia that they discovered skeletons of like 3 to 4 foot tall. I'm ranting. I'm rambling. Anyways,
well, that's the point, isn't it?
Yes.
Have a nice old chat. It's so interesting to me.
It is.
Well,
what's your not to focus on the high school thing, but is there a favorite subject of yours? Is it English? Is it history? Is it one of those that relates to what's that?
It's bio.
Bio. Okay, neat.
I love biology, and specifically, I love learning about the human psyche, especially. But I love biology. Period.
I could never do so well with it because of memory. A lot of biology, and for me, I guess chemistry was memorizing formulas, memorizing numbers, and I can't do it.
Chemistry's hell. No, I get you on that one. Chemistry's God. That was last year.
Okay.
The only reason I was good at math is because I can process a formula. Like math, surprisingly, has very little memorization. Like, okay, when at some point, like calculus, you start having to memorize things.
What's the quadratic formula?
A squared plus B squared.
That's the Pythagorean.
That's not it. That's not it.
I've been way too far removed.
Alex, we'll have you know, after high school, you do have to use that every day of your life. It's very important. The quadratic formula.
You have to diagram sentences.
No, I'm sorry. I just
would use that more often.
I never get the opportunity to do this, but
show off. Do it.
No. I don't know it.
Oh, you
no.
Okay.
No. This is an aside because this just doesn't come up. But school subjects, the proper colors for different subjects. Can we come to an agreement here that science is green?
Yeah.
Math is red. Right? We're on the same page so far.
No, we're not.
Blue.
Blue is English.
No, it isn't.
No, white is English.
White? There is no white. You don't have a white.
You don't have a white folder.
Yes, you
Okay,
do.
You
get a white binder.
Do you have something near you so we can see your subject colors, or is this too much of an aside here?
That's in the other room.
Okay.
You want me to go get it?
No, you don't have to.
Green is science, though. That is correct.
No, green is math.
That's weird.
That's weird.
No,
You're weird, Alex. You're the odd
Blue
one
is
here.
science.
Blue is English. Green, purple is health. What other subjects were there? Social studies is green. History is green.
That's yellow.
No. I just said science is green. What is history? What did I have as history?
History is yellow.
History is yellow.
It is yellow.
I forgot what I did.
History's yellow. No, that's correct.
Okay.
History is yellow.
Wow. Just I never have the chance to debate that. So it was just an opportune moment for me.
No, I get that. I actually get very stingy on people about this. Like, why'd you use that color?
That's another thing with
green.
It's another thing with brains too, where we just kind of associate certain colors with things, like you're saying with the smells and tastes. So
like the first time, whenever I see purple, I immediately go Rhythm of War.
That does give off purple energy.
I mean, it's a purple book.
Really?
You could pull off.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it mostly purple?
Yes, it is.
Really? Maybe I'm just a little. Let's see.
Unless I'm
Alex has
crazy.
got it there. Okay, there's. Yeah, I thought there was more blue on it. It's not purple. Oh, underneath.
Purple.
Oh, you've taken it off.
Purple in general.
Oh, I think the cover's very purple, but now that I think about it, it does seem a little bit more blue.
It's blue, but it has just.
It has purple in. Yeah, there's some
It
there.
feels like purple's like the trimming. It's like it's there ingrained in it. You know?
Kind of. Yeah, it's highlighting it, and it makes it stands out a bit. Alex, do you have a favorite cover behind you of one of your books? Would you say you got like, bang, this is the best cover right here? And don't pick Way of Kings because we know that's fantastic.
Oh, that's such a good cover.
Yeah.
I gotta. Okay. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
we got to get one now too.
Oh, I already got one.
Do you have it behind us?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Grab it off the shelf.
Which one?
Empire Silence.
Oh wait, no, I gotta be.
Yeah, it's pretty
I
good.
gotta show off.
Okay. Man, which one do I love?
One of these. Oh, but it could also be.
What do you got, Alex? Oh, it's still going.
Okay.
I mean, the one that I don't have, but you do, is the fancy cover.
Sword of Kaigan. That is the best. Yes.
You have the fancy Sword of Kaigan?
Oh, it's most prized possession.
He has a very, very nice girlfriend.
Fiance.
There you go.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Literally 12 hours ago. So.
Really?
Yeah. Well, show us your cover.
Okay. Jeff Brown.
Oh, wait, is that the Stone of Farewell?
Yep.
I've heard of that. That is a great cover.
I know, right?
Cool. Can you put it closer to the camera? Look. That's super cool.
And then there's
Nice.
some
That's impressive.
A book that I normally don't like. I'm not a fan of the book, but that's a damn good cover.
Oh,
Jeff Brown is so. Did you get the Malazan Broken Binding editions?
No, we didn't. I think we were also we're not part of that. It's hard to get in the list, isn't it? Don't you have to get?
It is.
You suck.
Yeah. Empire Silence.
That's a badass cover.
That's your favorite?
I love it.
Really?
I mean, okay. Do I have other favorites? I mean, like for me, Wheel of Time, the spines of all those, but that doesn't count.
You know that's not fair.
That doesn't really count.
No, but, no.
I personally love
Eater. I think Ashes of Man has a better cover.
That's fair. I don't really have any of the other books. I have them all in audio or ebook.
Oh,
so this is the only physical copy I own.
Oh, so you see, I got so you like Demon in White, huh? What do you think of this?
It's probably my favorite book. Oh, sick.
Oh, let me not look.
It's so cool.
That one has like the inside stuff too.
I'm not looking.
Right?
Oh, yeah, it has.
Well, doesn't it? Can't you turn it inside out? Like it has two.
Oh, yeah. No,
covers,
this is the inside out cover. You want to see the other side?
Yeah, I really like that one too. Like, oh god, it's so good.
It's so good. I love it.
I don't know why they won't put us. Like, why won't they let me give them my money? I want to give them my money, and they won't take it.
Why? What happened?
They still
broken binding all the stuff.
Yeah,
I try.
Me
try
too.
all the time. They won't let me.
Yeah,
I'm a real.
It's a club, but we're not a part of it.
I know.
They're doing a reprint for next actually December
for Demon in White.
For the first 3 books.
I gotta get on that.
Are you going to continue to book 3? For not the Demon in White, book 3 for Malazan. Sorry, I jumped across. Yeah, you are going to do.
Oh, that's a side step and a half.
Well, no, because he was showing the Malazan Book of the Fallen at one point there.
Was he?
Yeah, weren't you?
Yeah, no, I wasn't showing it. I was talking about it though.
Talking about it. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, yes. Sometime December, January.
Okay.
Is roughly when I plan on continuing on because
yeah,
I actually did really like the second book, unlike the first. Like the first
really?
book. Yeah, I didn't really like the first book.
So I remember I read Gardens of the Moon in March just to prepare and say, do I like this? Do I want to sink my money into those special editions? And Oh yeah, I did. I had to. It's so good. More Jeff Brown art. He is my favorite artist. Period. But
it seems to be a great artist. Yeah,
yeah, definitely.
But yeah, book one for both of us did not work.
really?
It was honestly when you mentioned before on how you really don't like unnecessary world building. That's what it felt like. The scale was so large in the first book that I didn't know what to care about. That's kind of my problem of what do I pay, like when a dragon shows up and like, oh, isn't this epic? I'm like, I don't know. This seems like another Tuesday in Malazan. Like, I don't.
Tuesday, we got a dragon over here.
I have no idea of the grand scale of things because everything seems so. The impossible seems so possible that anything can happen, and so I didn't care about when something unexpected happens. I'm like, of course it does. Why not? Why not that person? Like, who cares? Who gives a shit?
It did feel like that. Yeah,
That's what it felt like, and then, especially other than Kruppa, I didn't like any character.
I love Kruppa. That's why
he's the best.
Kruppa is the best.
I am most looking forward to book 3 because I think he's in it.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I think he's in it, and Kruppa's so good. I love him.
So excited for him. He's the best part, but book 2 was a significant step up because Stephen Erickson paid a lot of attention to tying the world and the big world events, like what he had from book 1, but he tied them to characters, that you're following the characters first and their journey, and then slowly building the world around them. And you get teased on, hey, there's this big thing coming, but then you get little nuggets about it and the characters and how they are influencing this big world event. Instead of just, hey, you're following some characters and dragon and weird thing we can't pronounce and this and hey, look at that guy. It was just all over the place.
Yeah.
Book 2, way more focused.
Okay.
Really enjoyable.
Question for you both on that. Is there a book 1 to book 2 where you just completely flipped and went from hating to loving a series or liking to loving?
I was about to say hating to loving? No, not ever.
No,
but
not ever.
Because when I hate a book, I just don't continue.
Right.
Has
your channel ever forced you to read a book you wouldn't have wanted to and kind of pushed you outside your comfort zone?
I'll say 2 things about that. Number 1, I don't typically I've been on BookTube for like 4 months. I don't really think I've had the time to do that. But the second thing is I actually have done something similar. It was I was trying to set up a group. It's the Red Company. That is Jake from Nerd Level Rising, Chance from Chance Dillon, and Chris from Bearded Book Beast. All awesome people. And Chance throws out Last War Trilogy, which is let me pull it out. We Are the Dead. Oh shit. Oh man, that sucks.
That was recommended to us. That was one of the book club books that almost won.
Oh, was
it? We Are the Dead, and we read it. We are going to do a chat on it later, but it's so good. Like I really didn't expect it because we were trying to do something, and I can't remember what it was. And then I said, I don't know if I want to do Last War Trilogy, which is this trilogy, because I only heard of it once, and I'm like, the covers are all right. And then I was like, you know what? This is the thing I'm the least interested in of everything people are putting out. And I said, I'm being picky. Let's read this book. It'll be interesting because I'm not interested in it. And I loved it. So
awesome.
I think the biggest turnaround for me is Lycanus Trilogy. It's not really a book 1 to book 2 thing, but
yeah, I'd say
book 1, book 2. I didn't book 1. I liked one little nugget of it, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll continue on to book 2. Even in book 2, is improvement all around, but still didn't really enjoy it. And book 3 is a smashing, awesome book, and just blew me away.
I gotta still get to that.
It's so weird,
just because of how you talk about it. Like, it's not good, but then it ends amazing.
It's one of the best endings.
I'm almost more interested in that than I am Lightbringer, the series, just because you say it ends very poorly. So,
but it's worth. Here, I'll give you one nugget for it.
Yeah.
So, have you read the Lightbringer series by Brent Weeks, Alex?
I have not. I just saw bad ending and I went eh.
Then this pitch is for you too, and for anyone else watching. My thoughts on Lightbringer is I love the series. I think the series is actually amazing. Some of the best magic systems rivals Allomancy in Mistborn. Fantastic magic system. Very imaginative. It has enough pack punch, but also if you want to think about it broadly, it's really fun. You can get a lot of cool restrictions that can play into, like, Sanderson's rules of magic on the restrictions are more important than what it can do.
Limitations
So the limitations are there, really fun. Unique characters from perspectives you normally don't see. Characters do things that are logical, which makes the plot somewhat hard to follow sometimes. Where you think, oh, we're going to go down this standard fantasy plot, and good twist of like a twist that makes you go, oh, of course.
Yes.
Of course that would happen. Of course it wouldn't be the standard way. So subverts your expectations in a good way all throughout. Series is great. I don't particularly love the ending. I think the ending really strips away a lot. But one character gets an amazing turnaround ending. I love the ending of that character. A nugget of sunshine.
Okay, so it's not all negative to look forward to. Not all
negative. There's one character where you think the character's kind of set up to be a real side character and feel like, oh, this character is going to be forgotten and left behind. And sort of is by the rest of the characters. Like, very much is not a part of the cast, is on the side, but does such an important role and changes quite dramatically and goes through their own kind of journey. And by the end, gets a really great payoff.
Ooh.
It's a small part of it, but it was one of my most enjoyable characters in this series. And that character gets a good one.
Definitely check it out then after I'm done reeling from the ending of Arcane.
We're watching that currently. Well, not him. I'm watching. I'm 3 episodes into season 2. So
okay.
I'm
I won't say anything. Yes, the ending.
Well, you didn't like it?
I have problems with it, and it's like I'm hurt by it because I wanted to love it. I love the first season so much, but there are aspects of that ending where I just go, damn it, you needed more time. You could have done this, you could have done that. And some things felt rushed.
But I've heard something in the sense of other people that I've talked to about it say that the ending is good, but not as good as season 1.
Yeah.
Where it left a little to be desired.
Everybody's saying that. Dang, Justin was saying that too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was saying that the best episodes were 1 to 3. For season 2.
Really? Of the second season or first season?
Yeah. No, second season.
For me, episode 7, you'll get there, Richard, and you might understand, but I loved that episode.
Of season 2?
Of season 2.
Oh, great.
Crap.
You just cut off for us. Oh, is it the camera?
It's probably the camera.
Oh.
Oh, well, I have a different camera. It's not as good, but
it'll work though.
Crud. Give me a minute. I have to, apparently the abrupt disconnect my computer does not like, so I'll be back in a moment. I have to
refresh. Okay, we'll talk to your chat then while you're
all right.
We're taking over. Alex, leave. We don't want you here. Come on, get off the channel. Come back later. Let's ramble this up.
Yep.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another 2toRamble episode. I'm one of your hosts, Austin.
I'm your other host, Richard.
Today, we're talking about the topic of Alex. We just met him. What are our thoughts? So what do you think about Alex so far? We talked to him for about coming up on an hour.
Yeah.
Good chap. Good lad.
A good chap, especially like he has read a lot for being in high school.
I'm actually very impressed because I
that
wish
is a full bookcase behind him.
It is a full bookcase. I wish we started our fantasy. Not that we did read in high school. A lot more so me from middle school.
Same for me. We have a similar thing of basically we got the internet.
Yes, in high school, and then it destroyed us.
All right,
and I'm back. We're just getting into it.
We were just having a discussion about you. You're interrupting.
Oh wow! I didn't know I was born with the internet.
Can we continue? Man, whatever. Okay, hey, how are you? What we were saying, how we wished we were more massive readers in high school, because we so many books to read. It would have just helped.
Yeah.
You know, now we're trying to make up on some lost time, and
well, we're sort of behind people our age when I talk to people about books. Is we're missing so many. Like Dresden Files is a big series that I just haven't read. There's so many others that hard to name.
So insane from the lack of people who read at my age.
I mean, okay,
there's a ton. Yeah,
there's so many, but also it's understandable with what's available to people. The fact that video games, TV, all these things are more available than books, like it's understandable.
You're right.
I read so much because I didn't have any device that could really connect to the internet. I didn't have those things.
Yeah.
Basically, I stopped reading when I got my first iPod Touch, and it had Wi-Fi capability on it.
That's a sad story.
And that started YouTube, and there we go.
How did you prevent the technology just consuming your life? Or has it, and you're just hiding it really well?
I think so it's like a mix of tech and reading that's been breaking things a bit for me, but I've been learning to curb it a little bit. But how did I stop it? It's a good question. I think it's just I felt like it. I really can't say much more than that, because I started reading and I started seeing really interesting books, and I just thought, oh yeah, I love that. And I just kept reading, and I'm able to budget time for that.
Nice. You just had a lot more passion for it.
Basically, the allure of the internet was not as alluring as a good book to you.
It's actually, the internet has fed my love of books.
Oh.
In terms of booktube, so in 2020, I read Berserk, and then I'm like, I want to know more. What do other people think? And I saw this one Berserk video from a guy named Daniel Green. I think we all know that name.
Yeah.
And I watched that
video. I hate that guy. We're seeing him in like a week.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, Dragon Steel, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, though.
It'll be a lot of fun, yeah. I mean, you're not going to be there, but it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Thanks.
You're
for
really
me,
missing out.
You shove that damn cover in our face. The rest of this pod is episode.
Damn it.
But yeah, so you saw the Berserk video on Daniel's channel.
Yeah, and then I started seeing his other videos, and I'm like, what's this book about? What's that book about? And I was so fascinated by all these things, especially when he talked about Shadow of the Gods, because I thought, oh yeah, that's been on my TBR for a really long time. I saw it on Amazon once. I'm like, that's a badass cover. And I started watching all those videos, and then eventually I saw Murphy Napier. I watched her videos. Then I saw John from no, sorry, it was your channel then.
Oh,
I was there when your Rhythm of War video came out. Which was like, I remember sitting down in a classroom, pulling out my phone and going, is their video gonna be out yet? And then like, there we go, the video's out.
At like 8 a.m.
Say that again.
At 8 a.m. One of the 8 a.m. like on a Monday or Friday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Monday. Because you guys didn't have Friday yet.
Wow, that's right. We didn't have Friday back then.
Yeah.
Wow. That's so cool.
We've kept a good schedule.
It's been consistent since then. That's kind of cool. That's pretty. Oh yeah,
it is cool, because that's like 2 years ago, and I'm like, oh god,
freshman year. 2 years ago.
Wait, was it?
No way.
Yes, it was, because I remember it was my freshman year of high school.
And you're a junior now. You were a freshman watching us.
Wow.
The boy grew up with us. He's grown into a man in front of our eyes. This is oh my. So that is weird to think about. So at a certain point, we're going to have an entire generation, not just semesters, but an entire high school or college experience worth of videos. Someone could have started watching us and then graduate.
Yeah,
that's true.
I will.
It's gotta wait a year or so.
Oh man, yeah, no.
Wow,
that is such a strange thing. I think for me, YouTube caught an allure for me, especially with gaming and like
that was the original
bunch of other stuff. Like that is really what sucked my attention away from books, where I probably would have been much better off if I went to if I went to YouTube for BookTube, and I started there, and I kept, they would probably keep my attention with books.
Yeah.
Rather than just never reading a book ever after middle school. I didn't read for fun for years, up until like finally college came around, like tail end of college, I started reading for fun again.
Wasn't it COVID? It's like
Basically.
2020, yeah.
I went for so many years without reading for fun.
COVID.
Other than the occasion, like I actually had one series I kept reading for fun, and that was my Alan Bradley's book, the Flavia de Luce detective series.
Never heard of
It was
one.
religiously, like he releases them close to my birthday. And I was like, yeah, every birthday I go to the bookstore and I get my Flavia de Luce novel.
You just bought one the other day at the
I
Barnes
know,
Noble,
I'm
like a
excited.
couple months ago or a month ago. And he walked by and went, "Oh, Flavia."
He stopped doing the books, and for years have passed. I think it's like eight years or so since the last book. And he released another one. And I'm like,
That's awesome.
I'm so excited.
The childlike joy in you is just
It's great. Flavia de Luce is just wonderful detective.
I did pretty much the
series.
same thing until COVID. I would read hold on, let me pull it off the shelf. Wings of Fire.
Oh.
It was such a wonderful series. It's like this continent of dragons. That's what it is. Like all the conflicts that they have, and I thought it was so fascinating because it's like there's no humans.
Oh.
They are fodder. If you see a human, they can't even talk to the dragons, and the dragons will just eat them nonchalantly. That happens in this first book.
So the main characters are dragons.
Yes.
That's cool. That's
And
fun.
I remember reading that as a kid. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. And I would keep reading it until what was it? COVID started, and then my friend forced me into watching anime. I'm like, huh, fine. I like this actually. Then I tried to read manga, and then I read Berserk, and then I fell into this book trap. All this crap.
Now, is your favorite anime Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and why is it?
It was my first anime, and it is not.
It's not your favorite.
Incorrect.
Code Geass is my favorite. I die on that hill.
I actually haven't seen it, but incorrect anyway. It's Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is
Rich introduced me to that. We
I
had
can't blame you though.
the best time.
Oh,
That was such a, because our lives were very sad because
it was a sad
we
time.
did do nothing but it made it so much better because we just binged it. We just didn't.
I know, right? You get to binge that.
So good.
Of any show, that's probably the most bingeable, especially when you get to like the third act.
Yep.
It's just the theme song at the end just makes you so excited where you gotta know the next one. Oh
yeah,
so good.
That's such a good trick, actually. And on like, oh, sorry, Alex. Yes.
I love FMAB. It's so good.
Yeah,
that's what he forced me into. So actually, a couple years back, the reason I would stay away from anime was because somebody tried to force me into watching Naruto, and I hated it so much that I said, "No, what's this shit? Get it away from me." A couple of years later, I'm forced into watching Full Metal Alchemist. I'm like, yes, this is so good. I didn't know there was a whole thing like this.
Yeah. No, I never got into Naruto as a kid, especially. It just never appealed to me. I don't know. In very similar ways, I think a friend of mine tried to show it to me, and I just didn't like it. I think someone tried to show me Pokemon, and then Dragon Ball, like the end. Like,
I did grow up on Pokemon.
None of it. I grew up on Dragon Ball Z Kai. I watched that Saturday morning cartoons. It was in the running of
in that space. Yeah.
It was like one of the first things to come on in the cartoons, and also the opening theme song was just so great that I watched the whole thing. The music's good. I got to give it a shot.
Good.
It's such a good trick ending a show and move something on a song. You know the ending of Edge of Tomorrow, the movie. Justin showed you. It's Tom Cruise in Edge of Tomorrow, and you didn't see this?
No.
Do you have a way of pulling up clips, Alex? Jamie, pull it up. You got.
I remember I watched the movie in theaters, but
is there a way to pull up on here?
I haven't rewatched it. I might actually be able to.
You can.
Present.
Oh yeah, let's go to you'll see what I'm saying. This is just a great feel No. I got here. I got you right here.
Soundtrack?
No. I got
You
you.
can do it. Okay, I'll let you people do it.
Yeah, we got this. We got
You can
this.
do the work for me.
Wait, mouse just stopped working. There we go. Edge of Tomorrow, ending. It very. Oh, what just happened? Ending.
Okay, so everybody, if you haven't watched Edge of Tomorrow, too bad. You're about to be spoiled.
It's a look. It won't be that bad. I promise. It'll make it. Here we go. There it is. Okay, this is great.
Right.
I
mean, it's more emotional when you know the context behind it, but it's fun. Here we go.
There's so many tabs trying to find it back.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Now, how do we present here?
Present.
Yep. Present.
Slide PDF. Share screen.
Sure,
I
great.
guess.
Hopefully, you can hear from our end.
And I could just
find out.
Well, yeah, we'll find. Also share audio. There we go.
Great. Oh, this might just work. Can you guys see this?
Stage. Oh, we can.
Can you hear that?
You can.
Yes? What do you want?
I need to know now. Can you love me again?
Come on, just when it ends on a banger.
That's so true. I can't. Yeah.
You're not telling me at the end it just feels like you just
That's
feel
the Transformers meme.
Yes.
It's
Okay.
too true though.
Best meme I've seen all year is President Biden walking away to the Linkin Park song.
Oh, the turnaround.
Mr. President, who did you vote for? And turning around with that smile.
Oh no! Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, good.
I gotta see this. You gotta send this to me. I want to see this.
I'll send you the meme. It's so good.
And now that we figured out we could just share videos on streams like this is a game changer for our lives. This is a game changer right here.
There we go. It's like
Oh,
the first
God.
one of my search.
I've corrupted them.
Yes.
They've gone bankrupt with power.
All right.
Is this the meme?
I think.
Oh, okay.
Is this it?
I don't think that's the
slightly different. I'm gonna get the good one.
I believe in you, Richard.
All right.
Oh, come on. No.
All right.
Okay.
All right. I
You
got
have it?
another one.
Here it is.
There we go.
Okay.
Got first silence.
Oh
Music-
God.
From vote one by one vote. Last vote.
We just got information that Donald Trump won by one vote. Mr. President, can you tell us who you voted for?
Oh, that's even better.
I can't hear Alex. It's so loud.
It's so good.
And look, I made it. Give me the credit.
Just anytime you end anything with just a song like that.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
It really does end up so much better.
We try to do a bit like that where that Empire Silence bit.
It's
You remember?
literally that song.
It's that bit that you just read a line and you end. What's that song called?
Oh, I remember that. I remember that video.
What's that song though?
I don't remember.
What I love.
Linkin Park.
Look it up.
Using what is it called? Linkin Park.
I can't remember what it was now. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Someone in the chat. This is the purpose of chat.
Yeah, chat.
Actually, chat.
What's
do
the
our
name of
homework.
that song?
That's what chat's for.
Give us the song.
Real time fact checking.
Yes.
That's what.
All right,
people-
Austin will sing it for us.
Okay, that's the only 3 words I know.
All right, pull the lyrics.
Do you have what's your taste in music? Does that kind of overlap at all into when you're thinking and reading fantasy books? Do you ever put a song in your head?
I used to. So what I used to do until very recently, um, uh, no, not very recently, like until 2 years ago, was I would listen to music it while I read, not like what's it called? Not music, instrumental music, full on music. Like I'd listen to lyrics and all that, and I'd read, and it slowed me down. But my taste in music is all over the place. I typically like anything except
I'm with you.
country.
Except country. See, mine's except heavy metal, I think, is my exception.
Oh, and heavy metal. Like
Yeah,
the one where they're only screaming. Like Doom's really good heavy metal.
For me, it's mumble rap. Most rap in general, but
Yeah, I was about to say.
I've some rap I've come around to, but most modern rap, not a fan of.
Yeah, I can't do it.
90% of it
I have a
doesn't
couple
jive.
friends who they'll always be like, "Yeah, there's this great rap song," and they'll put it on, and I'll go, "Cool."
So for you, it's country, heavy metal, and some rap.
Yeah,
Got it.
that I don't like.
That you do. Yeah. Those are the only ones you do like.
I don't want to let anybody get the wrong idea. Which is really funny because I have grown up in the South. It's like
I gotta say, I've grown a stronger and stronger appreciation for country music.
There's
Oh,
some
nice.
country music that I really like. There, like "Take Me Home, Country Roads." I really like that.
Of
one.
course.
That's not even country music. That's just the national anthem. I swear, I think more people know the lyrics of that than our national anthem.
Now, have you both? I know this isn't maybe both your genres kind of combines country that you don't like and some type of rap that you don't like. What about the double shot of whiskey? The song I've been singing all the time.
Oh yeah,
That one.
Never
Where it
heard
kind of. What do you think about the country rap?
generally
combined
no.
with- Come on, it's so good.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with Richard here. Generally,
Oh, you guys. I mean, have you danced? It's just smooth and it's fun. I'm
like
trying to remember. It was like the song of the summer. Can we get some more chat to help us with what the song was? It was double shot of whiskey. History.
By the way,
No.
I have never heard of either of those people.
I have, and no.
Yes.
I can say I don't like a single one of their songs.
Maybe you haven't listened to all of them.
That for a reason.
Alex, your turn. Pull them up. Let's see. Let's rate the songs.
You want? Nah, I'm good.
Alex, I want to give this chance to pause us, like completely dominating this conversation. Be like, what do you want here? Like, what questions, comments? I feel like we're bringing you into like memes at this point. So where do you want to go with this?
You think? Look, man. The goal is just to sit down, have a good time. And
Okay.
Fair enough.
if we're all having a good time, then it's good to me.
Having a great time. Thank you as well for having us on this. This is we get a lot loose.
Coming on. It's a blast.
I enjoy doing videos where we don't have to prep, we don't have to record. It just is on other people. It's great.
That's the lie we tell people is it's a ramble. It's not technically a ramble. Rich and I have a somewhat strict format, especially for our book reviews. The format's clearly there, but we will put so much thought into those titles and look, how are we going to hook the person? And then how, so there's a little bit of the magic.
We put in.
You put effort into that sort of stuff. I just go, okay, there's an interesting thing I want to talk about. Let me talk about it. And then, all right.
Done.
Done.
There is that authenticity. I do like those authentic kind of videos of just like, I did a thing, and then they show the thing that they did, and it's like, that's the name of the video, and it's a picture of the thing.
We'll have the engineering people you follow and the builders.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I love all I like to make stuff. The Fisher Shop channels, like they show a picture of the cool thing they did, or I like to make things. YouTube channel is basically him just solving little problems. He's like, hey, I wanted to make a clamp that I can use on the roof for my big camera for camera shots. Yeah. And so he built it. It's cool.
That's cool.
He's like, look at this thing I did. Okay.
The only building YouTuber I watch is Mark Rober, because if I let YouTube consume any more time, it's a bad thing.
I would highly recommend DIY perks.
He just said he
That
doesn't want to do
shorts?
this.
That feels like a shorts channel.
So
Shorts is a problem. We don't touch shorts.
It's not a shorts channel.
Good answer.
Good answer.
Yep.
We participate. We hope. Yeah.
I know. That's how I first found you guys.
It does work.
It does the work. It does the
does.
job.
See?
But DIY perks. Basically, he builds ridiculous things and he formats it as like, hey, it's a do it yourself, do it at home. Like you could try. And he uses relatively simple tools in a very complex way. And it's like, yeah, no one's doing this at home. But
It's
hypothetically, you could, like, he built a whole computer, like an invisible computer in a desk. Like he turned the desk, like everything inside is the computer with pop-up, like display, everything. And it's like, or
yeah, no, I
he
can't
built
do that.
he took the PS5 and he just shrunk it down and made it a pro version because he added some different like he overclocked it and just like a bunch of fun things. It's not DIY, but that's the name of his channel.
You sure it's not DIY?
Technically. I just watched a video today of like a DIY version of a new hack for an iPod Classic that I want to do, but it's so hard. It's so difficult. Like I'm gonna have to buy a microscope for the wiring and soldering.
I remember I used to try and jailbreak my Nintendo Switch. I'm so happy that never worked so that I could mod it. Yeah, no, don't ever try to mod that stuff.
It's fun though. It's fun breaking things and then trying to put them back together.
You're right, because I remember, so my old laptop, I just tore it to bits. I remember it just didn't work, but don't ever do what I did. I took apart half of it and it still worked. So I still used it when my second laptop broke down. And so I was like, "Oh, I can play games here. And I would put it on my lap. And I would charge it once. And and then one day I go, okay, I'm not going to put it on my lap. It needs to charge. So I'll put it over here. And I put it to charge and I move the wire that's making sure that it still charges. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's working. Great. It's charging. I let my hand off.
Okay, buddy, you did that's called a DIY. Don't do it yourself. That's wrong. No, don't do that. Oh, no. I'm like Rich is the engineer, the interested in. You're not an actual engineer, I know.
I'm not.
But
I am
interested in the stuff.
I am a thing enthusiaster.
Yes,
I'm enthused by things,
yeah.
and I like to tinker sometimes. So like the iPod Classic I built was just like it's some mods into it of like putting a much bigger battery into it, changing out the hard drive for a solid state drive.
Yep.
And the next one I want to do is add a haptic engine into it from an old iPhone, and add Bluetooth, and also make it USB-C. All of the USB-C ones were.
Alex, I'm not having fun anymore. Can we change topics? You said if we're not having fun to not do this, so let's move on.
Richard's having fun. You're not having fun.
Yeah, have fun.
100% of the people need to be having fun.
I think I would make a woodworking shop though if they were to do a second YouTube channel.
That would be the second.
I think that would be it. Just me making things channel.
I wish so.
What would your second channel be?
Woodworking. Me. Second channel.
If it wasn't books, because that's the biggest hobby, right?
That is my biggest hobby.
And it can't do the story, so you can't go anime, manga, movies. It has to be something outside of storytelling. I thought deeply about this.
What would you do? Well, Alex is thinking. Give him time to think. What would be your second?
So
channel?
if not films and stuff, because I can't cheat and do another story, I got a second and third. The second thing would be space.
Oh,
astronomy stuff. How cool would that be? It's not like I could provide all the facts, but just new space stuff that comes out and developments, and just potentially interview astronomers, and just That
Oh.
would be sick.
Yeah,
There's
you
a
could get
great
Neil deGrasse
YouTuber that
Tyson
does
on there one day.
all positive tech news and does a lot of space stuff.
Something that.
I'll send. She does great stuff.
Awesome.
She does optimistic science news.
That's me. That's literally
I know,
me.
that's what I was thinking.
And then the third thing I'd do would be board games. A board game type of YouTube channel where you review them, play them, see the design of them, and that'd be cool.
I have a friend who would love
Reminds me, I've been wanting to do like fun woodworking project, but I really don't have space or spot for it. What if I made a board game table? You know how we see like
we combine both of our interests.
Yeah, I could make a board game table.
That's
It'd be fun.
really cool.
It's cool.
Then put it at your place, and so I don't have to like store it anywhere.
Let me get back to you on that.
Oh man,
Alex, we gave you time to think.
I said space. I'm stealing it.
Oh,
Oh,
what?
okay.
You can't just steal it. But you're super interested in space as well.
Oh, I love astronomy.
Yeah.
So that was one of my original interests. It was just like astronomy. I love all the stuff in the star to deal with the stars, all the stuff that's up there. It's fascinating to me.
Yes.
So I guess that or a second channel. I won't say gaming because I actually here's a fun fact. I, as a kid, like 6-7 years ago, with one of my best friends, we made a couple of YouTube videos without our parents' knowledge.
Yeah.
And I went back the other day and I listened to those recordings and I sat there and went, "Holy shit, that's my voice." Have you ever done that?
No, but we do have the share. Like we've showed you some YouTube videos of ours, so I mean, feel free.
I have no idea where it is.
Okay.
That I also from high school, I made one YouTube video of me playing Team Fortress 2 as the medic. I don't know what the channel is. I have no idea what the name of the video was, the channel. I don't have password. I have no clue. But it's somewhere. It's somewhere.
It's in the ethos.
It's in the ethos of me playing TF2 as the medic.
I had the same 12 years old Minecraft channel.
Yeah.
Actually, if you could,
I did
it was
that.
called Minecraft for Experts. It would be Minecraft for Experts, and TNT would blow up the Minecraft for Experts sign.
You went in. You did.
I tried to make a
You gave
YouTube
effort to it? Wow, that's impressive. I didn't.
Did a what? Sorry.
That's impressive. You gave effort.
I tried.
I just went click record on OBS. Okay, OBS is done. Let's go.
That's it.
But it was so weird to hear the difference in voice. And I also saw a couple pictures of me a couple years back, and I showed it to a couple of my friends, and they were like, "Holy shit, we've changed."
Yeah,
it's very fascinating.
Have you heard the guy Pirate Software? Guy's name is Thor. He used to be a engineer or a software designer at Blizzard. The guy has a immaculate, very heavy, bassy voice. Buttery smooth voice. He introduced me to the idea of he showed videos of when he was a little bit younger. Apparently, when he was in his 30s, some men actually go through a second puberty for their voice. Yeah, his voice was incredibly higher, much higher pitched, and sometime in his 30s, his voice just dropped into a very bass level. It's fascinating. It's apparently that's a thing. So all young men of not happy with your voice and you want to go through second puberty, technically that's a thing.
Yeah, I couldn't.
It's a possibility.
Wow. What's the science behind that?
I have no idea.
Because
but
isn't it most
evidence?
Okay,
from it.
weird
of his voice. He's in his 20s, he's past 25. His voice should be done. He's young, growing.
Yep.
And yet you hear him at 35, and his voice is dramatically lower.
I'm going to look into that. That's so fascinating.
I need to know.
I have to. I have. Well, I haven't been reading those. I take that back. But I have a couple books on trauma and PTSD, which have been fascinating me so much recently. It's so interesting and that sort of stuff. Especially the thing that really got me interested in that sort of stuff, Stormlight.
Yes. That is super
Great.
in my head. The funny thing was I thought you were turning to go, I have books on how to deepen my voice. I've been practicing, but you went completely other route, and I was like, okay, this is serious. Let me.
I'm so interested in deepening my voice. I'm surrounded by people who have bass voices, and now I really got to get down to that level.
But Stormlight's a great series to spark that. Because it's so it always fascinates me how Sanderson is a person who, as he was interviewed, can't feel emotions like like a normal person. He'll say he just doesn't feel extreme emotion.
He feels things. He doesn't feel the extremes.
Yeah,
as much as how he expects others.
He's not a robot, no. But
so it's really funny to me about that is when he first mentioned that, I thought that was so interesting because I'm the inverse. I can feel super extremes, but I can never feel like those in betweens. It's like I can feel common contentment and that sort of stuff, and it's like, but I can be cold-blooded and ruthless as hell.
You know, basically, if you're happy, you're really happy.
Yeah,
but never just a modern amount, just kind of wild. Extreme.
Yeah, not really. It's like it's if I can be content, that's it. That's the moderate emotion I'm allowed.
To be fair, I think I somewhat identify with Sanderson's idea, but I don't know. I don't think I would go as far as him saying it. Like, I don't think I have.
Yeah,
I'm that cold or that muted emotion wise.
Yeah, Sanderson is more to the extreme.
Yeah,
but it was just interesting that he brings up all his mental illnesses, is able to make you feel so deeply, but has this way of thinking or how his psyche works,
and how he connects.
Yeah,
it's how he connects to those emotions, and he can feel through his characters.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I love those characters. They're all.
It always goes back to Sanderson.
Of course.
But Alex, we have to get going to we have another collab scheduled. We're cheating on you very shortly.
Unbelievable!
Yeah,
how dare you?
But it's not until I don't know. I can't see the time actually.
It's 7:35.
Okay, we still got a little bit of time. But yeah,
do have to
get ready for stuff. But if you had a way you wanted to end this, to yap at us, whatever, we're open. Did you want to pitch us again that book and just sear it into our brains to read it? Because I already forgot the author's name. Janet, do you remember?
No.
Wirtz, Janet Wirtz.
Janny Wirtz.
Oh, Janny Wirtz. Yes.
All right, I'm going to try and pitch it to you, and that's going to be the end of it.
Okay.
All right. So, Wars of Light and Shadow is about these two brothers. One's the master of shadow and darkness, and the other is the master of light. And one, the Lord of Light, he is this royal born, and his brother is he's a bastard son who is a pirate, essentially.
Yeah.
And we get to follow these two as they go in it's all fantasy, this world that is connected to another, and then they go, it's like it is a secondary world, and then it goes to another secondary world. It's not the story inside the story, it is planets,
multiple
like different
planets,
worlds, and then they go to this other world, and then this is where they were from, their lines were from. And so they have to learn this new world as they battle their own hatred of one another, and they grow closer, but then it's a tragedy and things fall apart. And this isn't spoiling anything, it's all in the prologue. And we see how they start to create an all-out war between this continent and create bloodshed on a scale that has never before been seen, as these two try to amass friends and allies. And it's so good. It makes you think about who is right in war. Is there any right in war? How can you live life while fighting the duty of your family, of what you have to do, what is the right thing versus I want to be free? It's so good. Especially because she has this prose that makes it feel like a dream-like sequence. You'll always learn a new word in this book. And you just keep thinking about these characters and how they really are trying to live, but they cannot escape one another.
Good pitch.
It's a great pitch, Alex.
Thank you.
Wow. I feel like
Scale of War, two brothers trying to be free, but pulled back by their duty.
Yeah.
And ultimately a multiple globes conflict.
Globes conflict.
Apostrophe, yeah.
Globes apostrophe conflict. Very cool.
Very cool.
A minuscule remind me like, ooh, Pendragon, but better. Like the multiple planets and your lineage line being from a different planet and hopping around. But probably better.
What a throwback. Oh,
yeah.
So good. But anyways, thank you so much for coming on. It's been a blast.
Thank you so much. And please don't end it before we all do our outro song, right?
No, don't do it.
I need to know now.
I thought we were doing Linkin Park.
It's still going, damn it. Oh, I thought it would have been a perfect cut. You missed it. You missed the mark.
All right. See ya.
Alex, thanks so much. Alex, thanks a bunch.